Hey guys, I wanted to talk to you today about two-point perspective. In this image, you see a box, and in the box, you can see that it has what is called two vanishing points. In this drawing, you can see the vanishing points labeled on the horizon line. Remember, horizon line is eye level or where the sky meets the ground. You can also see how this has added an extra layer of the block in order to create more dimension. In this image, we see an actual little house with very simple features. Notice how the windows and the door also follow the lines that lead to the vanishing point. Those are your guide lines. If we go back to this image, you see the guidelines as dotted lines leading all the way back to both vanishing points on each side. In this picture, you can see how the guidelines are very softly drawn, and the actual image that you want to stand out is drawn with thick, dark lines. Once you've accomplished what you want in pencil, you can use pen or paint or other colors to add to your image. In this image, the person's used something like a micron pen in order to create darkness in areas under the windows and areas of light. This helps to add extra dimension. Remember that perspective is the illusion of 3 dimensions on a 2-dimensional surface. An artist who draws houses and designs houses is called an architect. Architects are people who are really good at math and at art. What other types of people might want to be able to draw a house and to draw it well? Recently, my friend Mary, who was a real estate salesperson and who babysat my daughter when she was a little girl, called me and asked me to help her learn how to draw houses for her business. She likes to give a gift of a drawing of a house to each of her clients when they finish purchasing the house. In this image, we see a very plain picture with no shadow, no shading, no horizon line, and no background. This is fine, but if you want to add dimension to your image, you would want to start adding in some other ideas. I'm about to sneeze. All right, my students and I have discussed how adding shadow and shading and background to an image helps to give it dimension. You can see in this image how those ideas and concepts have been added to the house and help to increase the illusion of 3 dimensions. In this house, all we really see is shadow. There's no horizon line and there's no background. But by adding that little bit of shadow on the roof and where the house creates a shadow on the lower roof of the porch, and how there's shadow on the one side more so than on the other side, it creates the illusion of 3 dimensions. In this house, we see that there's not really an awful lot of shadow, but by adding in the trees in the background and the little garden area in the foreground, we can see that it's helped to create that illusion that there's more than just a house sitting in space. I love how simple the trees in the background are in this picture. It doesn't have to be really fancy. It could just be a line with some simple trees. Let's see your image and your project drawing a picture of a house, either the house across the street from you or your own house. Please send me your pictures and I can't wait to see them. By the way, I'm not expecting your house to look like this. And in fact, there are some students who will only want to draw just the very beginning box that I drew just for practice. I don't want you to feel like you have to draw this well at this point because I can't even draw this well. So good luck to you, and I can't wait to see your work. Well, okay, maybe I can. By the way, my very first introduction to architecture was my 8th grade social studies teacher. She had a whole unit on the really cool historic houses in the Oneida, New York area, Madison County area. And it was absolutely fascinating, and I've been fascinated by architecture ever since.